Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of my most anticipated third-party pieces for 2022, that being the alien attack Mackron, also known as a third-party version of Masterpiece Transformers Dark of the Moon, Megatron. Now this guy is currently available and in stock right now over at the Icon store, so for that of course I shall pack a link down in the description box below, as well as along with a discount code, and the Icon store is in fact currently running a giveaway for the alien attack Megatron, and in order to enter all you simply have to do is click that like button on this review, as well as head down once again to the description box below, where you'll be taken directly to the Instagram page of the Icon store, where of course they are in fact actually hosting the giveaway. Now this particular version of Megatron, I'll be up front and say, when I was shown some of the images of this guy, first of all I questioned as to whether or not it was indeed a piece of which we could actually buy. Initially I believed it to be a custom, but it absolutely blew my mind when I found out that it could in fact actually transform. And then thirdly, I was actually super surprised that it was indeed Alien Attack. In the past we'd seen their Elcid, which of course was the Transformers Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, which truth be told was probably one of the worst pieces that I've ever picked up. Honestly, it was so bad. The quality control was awful, the paint wasn't the best, the transformation was just an absolute nightmare, and all round, in truck and robot mode, it actually didn't look that great. But I am glad to say that they've definitely made a return to form here with this Megatron, and honestly, it just makes me so excited for some of their future offerings, such as the Dark of the Moon Dreads. Now, we'll start off firstly by taking a quick look here at some of the accessories. A really nice piece that they have included here is this statistic card, which really does resemble those Transformers Dark of the Moon MechTech stats. These are just so awesome. You can see this particular incarnation of Megatron does in fact actually rank quite highly, and you can see of course Alien Attack, a Bayformers company. I'm just so glad that there is indeed a third-party company out there that is specializing specifically in the Michael Bay Transformers, and you can see here towards the back we've got a pretty cool image there of the Dark of the Moon Megatron's head sculpt. Now accessory wise here specifically for robot mode is in fact this really cool looking Igor figure. You can see that this is super awesome and actually pretty darn accurate to the very brief appearance this guy makes in Transformers 3. You can see in regards to the detail, definitely very cool. I do believe that this was supposed to resemble Longhaul's head attached onto some weird looking Cybertronian cretin, but you can see they're really nice looking paintwork. In particular would be the rust detailing that we've got scattered throughout this guy. I think he looks awesome. You can see there some subtle highlights of green, and we've even got what appears to be an elephant trunk used there as a staff, and that definitely actually wouldn't fall far from the tree, considering that Megatron nearly blew an elephant up in that first opening scene that we see him in. You can see here at the back once more some very nice looking rust detailing. They've also included Megatron's top, which to be honest there's really no right or wrong way to in fact actually put this on this guy. I won't demonstrate here in the review, as it does take a bit of faffing around to actually make it look realistic, but I will be sure to post some images as well as maybe some turnarounds of how this does in fact actually look on him. And we also do get included this really awesome rusted die-cast chain that of course we see wrapped around Megatron in that Transformers 3 movie. This is super cool. You can see the paintwork as well, considering that it is in fact actually die-cast, has turned out really nicely. Now, in addition to those, if we just spin our attention here to the back, of course we do get Megatron's shotgun as well as the actual harness that it can store in. If we just remove this, you can see the paintwork looks really awesome. I'm not entirely sure about the actual blue paint app that we've got here at the front. That definitely does look a little strange in contrast to this rather bland color scheme that we've got going on, and I don't really recall ever seeing this in the movie, but other than that, you can see the rust detailing really does look pretty cool. Of course, it is that double-barreled shotgun which ultimately actually kills Sentinel Prime. I do believe Prime uses this in the movie in order to kill him, but you can see as we spin our attention back around here to the front, it can be very easily inserted into Megatron's hand. You can see how we've got a slot there that the tab on the handle will simply just peg into. So there you've got Megatron wielding that shotgun, looking super awesome. But taking a look here at the actual Megatron figure himself, honestly, actually having this in hand, when I took it out of the packaging, I was literally still doubting that it could in fact actually transform from pretty much every single angle. It looks near enough dead on to how Megatron appeared in Transformers 3. They truly have done a fantastic job. As we take a closer look here at the head sculpt, you can just see there the detailing is just extraordinary. Probably one of the best head sculpts I've seen for Bayverse Megatron in a very long time. You can see how we've got that battle damage die here on this side. Really nice dings and dents here at the top section. Of course, you got half of his head blown off towards the end of Revenge of the Fallen. You can see the paintwork looks really nice. It has been painted in this metallic silver with once again that really awesome rust detailing applied over the top. And as we actually open the mouth, you can see there's some awesome teeth as well as tusk detailing. Overall, just such a fantastic look for this guy. And whilst we are in fact actually here, if we push this button here at the top of the head twice, it will indeed actually activate an LED function, and some something which once again was just the icing on the cake is that they've included that tiny little glitch that Megatron had, which was sparking in the movie. That is just so awesome. But you can see there how both of the eyes light up red. We've also got a few panels here at the top, of course, which have been damaged in battle, which too are lighting up red. And then once again, that really cool blue glitch at the top, which is even better than the premium scale 3.0 Megatron in my opinion. Now, as we take a look here down to the torso region of Megatron, honestly, this is probably the only area of which I have a slight gripe with. From certain angles, it does appear rather flat and nowhere near as I would say bulky as it did in the movie, but considering he transforms, once again, that is a minor critique for what is otherwise a fantastic looking piece. You can see some really nice tarnished rust paint apps going all the way down to the lower section. I love how the tubes actually attach here into this abdomen piece, looking super cool. As we turn our attention here to the top region, once again, not a huge fan of these just bland grey pieces of plastic that we've got going on. From certain angles, they definitely do stick out like a sore thumb, so it would have been nice if they could have painted them, but due to transformation, I do understand as to why they left them just grey plastic. But here for the arms, you can see there, very nice looking detail going on there for the shoulder region, all of that circuitry. Once again, you've got these different strands protruding, wrapping around the shoulder section of Megatron, super accurate to the movie. Even the wheels have been given a super nice tarnished effect. And as we just take a look here at the forearm, it is indeed an asymmetrical design when in comparison to the other side. So you can see this one here is more of a claw. We've got all of those different jagged spikes, really weird proportions going on for the fingers. And this one, of course, is more of a traditional hand, I guess you could say. We just remove the shotgun. You can see there, such an amazing looking piece. We've even got some piston detailing on the interior of the forearm, once again with some lovely circuitry detailing. And then as we just take a look here at the legs, these literally look insane. You really wouldn't be able to tell that these can transform into a million pieces, and the transformation definitely is on the slightly more complex side, so I can completely understand as to why they were able to pull off such an awesome piece. But as we just spin our attention to the side, of course, you've got that really awesome hunched look that Dark of the Moon Megatron had in the movie. The foot design also looks incredible. You can see here for the front of the toes, I think that rust detailing looks wicked. The wheel placement is in fact 100% accurate to the movie, so he did in fact actually have two on the interior with one here on the exterior, and the two at the top of the shoulders too is completely accurate to the film. As we take a look here at the actual knee pads, you can see here once again, super nicely painted. Overall, it's just a tremendous looking piece. Even as we spin our attention here to the back, you can see completely painted as well as sculpted. You've got the smokestacks there, you've got the spinal detailing, even the butt flap has indeed actually been painted as well as sculpted really nicely. And you can see there from the back of the legs, everything just looks exactly how it did in the movie. They truly have done an astonishing job. Now, in addition to the light up eyes, we do in fact actually get light up headlights, which to be fair, mainly play a more vital role in truck mode. But in order to activate these, if we just turn our attention to the underside, you can see we've got a little switch, which when pushed twice will indeed actually turn these on, which is super nice. So you get there what appears to be the almost indicator light, as well as the two front headlights, and the same also applies here for this one, but I'll showcase this more off when we get him transformed. Now, turning to articulation, despite him being incredibly bulky, and to be fair, not looking as if though he actually has that many joints in him, he's probably one of the most articulated third-party pieces that I at least own in my collection. So here for the head, it's on various different hinge joints, so we can get him looking up all of the way. Here we are. Fight us now, which is super cool, as well as of course looking down all of the way. We can of course get him looking left to right, which is super cool. These pieces at the shoulders are on ball joints, so it's really up to your own personal preference on how you wish to display them. Personally, I like them in this orientation, but here for the arms, these are on ratchet joints, can rotate the full 360 as well as can hinge out to the sides. We get a rotation at the bicep, something of which the actual premium scale 3.0 offering was unable to do. We get a ratchet joint here at the elbow, which can bend to 90, as well as of course all the way down. Once again, die cast in this guy as well. These sections here are completely die cast, and he has got a lot of die cast going on in the legs, but we'll touch base more with that during transformation. The fingers here are fully articulated, so this here can hinge up. You can see how we've got a hinge joint there at the knuckle, as well as there at the actual tip, and the same also applies here for this one. We do in fact get some wrist rotation, although it is a little tricky to in fact actually manipulate due to the design, but it is supposed to rotate the full 360. Coming here to this side, same here for the upper arm, but here for the lower section, you can see considering the hand design is different, we of course get a hinge joint there at the base as well as at the knuckle, and the same also applies to the thumb, and of course we do get that full 360 rotation at the wrist. For the waist, very surprising, we do in fact actually get a full rotation here, which is awesome, as well as an actual ab crunch. So if we get a good grip of this guy, you can in fact actually ratchet this forwards, and you can see there that is just so cool. Really, really awesome engineering on this guy. And then as we come here to the legs, these can in fact kick forwards that far, which I'd say roughly to 90, considering how blocky the actual thigh as well as torso is. I think that's an excellent range. Can of course also ratchet back out to the sides, although you will in fact actually bump some of these panels into these ones. We also do get a rotation here at the thigh, as well as a double joint here at the knee. And depending on how you wish to display Megatron, you can of course have him crunched over, or you can extend these to create a slightly longer look, although it will expose this very skinny joint, which in contrast to the rest of the figure definitely does look a little out of place. And this too is also reinforced via die cast. And here at the foot, this can pivot forwards, backwards, as well as of course rock side to side, and I also believe can in fact actually rotate left to right. So in terms of articulation, considering how big and bulky this version of Megatron is, I think they've once again done a fantastic job. Turning to a few size comparisons, we've first of all got the Alien Attack Megatron compared alongside the 3-0 DLX Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, and in regards to scale, I actually don't think this looks too bad. Granted, I have of course got Megatron's legs slightly hunched. If I were to straighten them out, I think it would be near enough dead on to some of those official scale charts that were released by Paramount Pictures. And in regards to an actual robot mode design, I have no issue at all in actually displaying him alongside some of these 3-0 figures, as I think in regards to paint as well as just the overall accuracy of the robot mode, despite the fact this guy can transform, he looks just as good as some of the official non-transforming figures that of course are being put out by 3-0. Here we have Megatron alongside the official Takara Tomy movie masterpiece Starscream, third-party New Age Dark of the Moon Soundwave, and finally the official Takara Tomy movie masterpiece version of Optimus Prime. And once again, not looking too bad at all. I guess it will really just come down to personal preference as to whether you guys wish to in fact actually display this Megatron in an almost movie masterpiece collection, or of course a more premium 3-0 display. And so turning to transformation, straight up with you guys, I've transformed a lot of third-party pieces over on the channel, and I don't think there's ever been one that has come close to testing me as much as this Alien Attack Mackron. The only other figure of which comes to mind is the Devil Savior Mixmaster, and you guys will know that that is just an absolute nightmare to transform. This one's ever so slightly better, but to be honest, not by much, and despite it resulting in an incredible looking robot mode and an equally as awesome truck mode, I do wish in some regards they maybe could have tried to in fact actually make then we can begin to, in fact, actually combine the two halves. With both halves now transformed, essentially it is just a matter of bringing the two halves together. That is Mackron fully transformed up into his super awesome oil tanker alt mode. Honestly, this is an incredible, incredible looking piece. But Alien Attack did in fact actually incorporate and include a few additional accessories. Now, personally, I don't find this to be parts forming, as essentially these are merely just aesthetic accessories that you can in fact actually are only held on via very small clips, and I definitely don't want to force them nor break them, so I'll be leaving them on here for this particular segment. But you can see, in regards to the actual cab alone, it is just so nicely done. And something else which I just think is astonishing, do you guys remember Human Alliance? Well, Alien Attack definitely do. You can in fact actually open up Megatron's doors, which can be a little difficult to do, but once open it will indeed reveal some seats. If I just flip them up, you can see they've fully detailed the interior. We've got the steering wheel, we've got some lovely dashboard detailing in there. We do in fact actually get 2 seats in there as well, which I just think is astounding. And the fact that the doors can indeed open to reveal cockpit, once again, well done Alien Attack. Honestly, it's so surprising that this is the team that gave us that LCID a couple of years ago. They truly have perfected their craft. You can see here with the smokestacks, I think the paintwork on these once again looks absolutely incredible. Complete rubberized tires, of which have been fully painted as well. Just in all, a fantastic looking cab. We've even got some serrated spikes here at the actual top section. But then as we take a look at my personal favorite aspect of the truck as a whole, here we've got the oil tank headlights on. Once again, such a nice touch. Really does complete the look of this truck mode in my opinion, and makes this stand out from pretty much any other Bayverse inspired third party piece. I personally can't recall any other vehicle mode of which does indeed have fully functioning headlights like this particular Mackron does. And so with their future Bayformer offerings, such as of course the Dark of the Moon Dreads. I would love to know your opinion on this figure down in the comment section below. Do you guys rate it as much as I do? Do you find it to be slightly lackluster in some areas, or do you think that it is in fact, like I've mentioned, the best Dark of the Moon transforming Megatron that we've ever seen? This guy is currently available and in stock right now over at the Icon store, so once again I'll pack that link down in the description box below. Also be sure to use the discount code, and I'll also be sure to link that Instagram post, of which does in fact actually hold the giveaway details for this guy. I thank you all so much for watching, and until my next review, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.